So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. Published number 20, published in October 1960, with story by Jerry Siegel and art by Kurt Schaffenberger. For years, impetuous Lois Lane has been harassing the Man of Steel to no end, with her suspicions that Clark Kent and Superman are one and the same. But one day the Man of Steel, weary of continually rescuing Lois and of constantly hiding the secret of his dual identity from her, decides that it is time for a change, and so the Man of Steel embarks on one of the most surprising adventures of his amazing career in Superman's flight from Lois Lane. Imagine being rescued by the amazing Superman who recently came to Metropolis. How thrilling. What's going on? I traveled back to the past to begin another life in Metropolis and took another job, mainly to avoid Lois. But here I am rescuing her again. So Lois and Clark are skydiving, but Clark's parachute won't deploy. Oh my goodness, gasp. Clark's parachute isn't opening. He will be killed. I can't bear to look any longer. And whoomph, he just smashes through the ground. That's pretty hilarious. But he does pull himself out, and she did indeed close her eyes. The parachute opened after all, thank goodness. Once again, Lois has nearly discovered my real identity as Superman. I'll have to sneak back later and fill in that hole my fall made, so no one gets suspicious. If Clark is Superman, he could have done something to that parachute while my eyes were shut. Covering up Lois's clues to my real identity is a nuisance. I'm going to do something about it once and for all. So he leaves and changes to Superman and heads back in time to the date when he arrived. So that 1954, I'm not sure what date that is, but I guess he's been there for quite a while. It was the very day that I applied for the job as Planet reporter. I won't fall into that pitfall this time, but I'll peek inside for old time's sake. Now, how is he not going to run into himself? He doesn't, but I wonder why not. What he observes and hears. I'm Miss Lois Lane, the girl who usually accepts classified advertisements, is out. May I help you? My manager of radio station WMET. I'd like to advertise for a midnight to dawn disc jockey. So Clark thinks, well, that would be a good job for me, which actually, given the nature of his life, I think would be the worst job, to be stuck in a booth. An hour later at radio station WMET. So you'd like to be a disc jockey, eh? By a coincidence, we happen to need one. What are your qualifications? I like music a lot, and I can name almost every song written in the last 50 years. So he uses his X-ray vision to look into the library of music and recall 500 titles correctly, which is basically kind of the same thing he did to get his job at the Planet, knowing all of the different articles that were written, but he, again, cheated. Kent, Liza Landis will be your secretary and assistant. Pleased to meet you. Her initials LL. They're the same as Lana Lang, my girlfriend, when I was a teenage boy. What a coincidence. And Lois Lane and Lex Luthor. You prefer being left alone in your studio. I understand. I work better that way. She's discreet. Thank goodness she won't be a pest like Lois Lane. So he goes in there and starts playing records. He's great. Fan mail is just pouring in. So he works the night shift, and then during the day he's doing his super feats. I don't know when he sleeps. It's great not to be heckled by Lois anymore, but I kind of miss her. I'll glance over at the Planet building with my supervision and see how she's making out. Your series exposing that counterfeit ring is causing a sensation, Lois, but you've been working too hard. Go home and rest. And he spots a car racing at her, and he puts a dummy of Clark Kent at the turntable. Why, it's Superman, that astounding crusader against crime everyone's talking about. With his bare hands, he's preventing that auto from deliberately running me down. Yipes, it's Superman. Everybody run for it. And so another one of the employees seems to like the fact that he's sleeping, or finds it amusing. No, he's annoyed by it, and she says, why not? He's smart to conserve his strength whenever he has the chance. I don't know. I feel like sleeping on the job is never really has an excuse. And Superman continues to knock around the thugs. And then later, Lois, of course, falls out of a building because she leans too far, and Superman saves her. He saves her from a bowling ball bomb from those criminals from earlier. The ball exploded. Gulp, why? I detected the ticking of a time bomb hidden inside your ball. Your activities are evidently annoying some pretty tough characters. You've saved my life again. I'm grateful. But why do you keep helping me? Is he falling in love with me? Listen to her. Perhaps I'm your guardian angel. Careful, old boy. You're slipping into that same dangerous rut again, the one you were so anxious to escape. The road's clear. Now to hide Clark Kent's dummy behind the secret panel and change back to Clark. Whoosh! That loud whoosh, it sounded as if Superman were streaking through the window into Clark's studio. I'm going to enter his studio and investigate. But Clark, thinking quickly, plays a whooshing sound because he overheard her. I guess she was just talking out loud. Wait, if Clark really is Superman, he could have kept that sound effect record handy to cover his tracks, if necessary. If I can prove he is Superman, he may think I'm so clever he might want to marry me. So she goes up behind him and tries to cut his hair to see if he's Superman, but he uses his X-ray vision to cause the pin or the screw to come loose and break the scissors. Oh, drat. Something went wrong with these scissors. They fell apart. I haven't time to wait around while you play silly games, Liza. I can't believe it. Liza is turning into a worse pest than Lois. So next she tries to just throw some incredibly smelly perfume onto Clark. I've been ray-gunned by little green men, super tormented by my ultra-foe Luthor, but without a doubt this is the most humiliating menace that has ever befallen me. I'll leave my perfume-drenched outer garments here, or they won't stop traffic. And so he flies up into the sun, and it burns off the scent entirely. Later at City Hall, you don't smell of perfume. Of course not, young lady. He's Superman, not a bouquet of flowers. I've been a fool for hoping to trick Superman into marrying me. I'll quit my job. It's better this way. Now I can carry on my work as Superman without being bothered by an inquisitive female. That last song was entitled Alone at Last. It's a special favorite of mine. And so I'll play it again right now. No Lois Lane to drive me dippy. No Lana Lang to hound me unmercifully. No Liza Landis to sneak up on me. Man, this is living. I'm Lois Lane of the Daily Planet. She comes in. And I've been assigned to write an article on the private life of a disc jockey. I've received permission from the station to study you day and night. I quit! How ironic. I tried to live another life to escape the suspicions of Lois. Not only was I kept busy rescuing Lois, but another LL zeroed in on me. I give up. Returning to the year 1960, Clark reports back to his job at the Daily Planet. That woman Lois is interviewing looks very familiar. After the woman departs. The woman who just left has been selected the wife of the year. She's married to the owner of the radio station WMET. Great Scott! Elisa Land has grown enormously fat through the years. Oh, thank goodness I never married her. Whew. So she was the wife of the year, but she's fat, so he has no interest in her. So he apparently is as concerned with appearance as Lois is.